Hey everybody, want to bring you guys another Friday film review. The film we're going to be reviewing today is the Kodak Professional TMax 400. So as you guys know, I do these film reviews to go over stock that I am wanting to use when I go out and shoot street photography and use my film cameras. So with Kodak black and white TMax 400, I wanted to see what I can get based on what Kodak says this film is capable of doing. So when we look at the data sheet for this film, it says that it is a continuous tone panchromatic black and white negative film. It looks like its benefits that it's stating are for world's finest grain 400 speed black and white film, allows for greater enlargement. Its features, one of its main features is high efficiency, multi-zone Kodak T-grain emulsion, optimized light filtration technology. And as you read further into the beginning paragraph of the data sheet and its description, this film is especially useful for photographing dimly lighted subjects or fast action, for extending flash distance range, and for photographing subjects that require good depth of field and fast shutter speeds with maximum image quality for the film speed. So that being said, I went out to a park in Ann Arbor, Gallup Park, to use this film in a street photography setup, unobtrusive shots, along with hopefully some portraits, along with hopefully some smart photos, depending on, of course, the people that were going to be at the park and the opportunity that was going to be there. The weather forecast for the day was around 50, super high winds, and partly sunny. So I knew I was going to get some blue skies. So I took out two cameras with me. I took out my Fujifilm Klasse, so I continue to get used to that. And that's the 35 millimeter format I use for that one. And then I got 120 format to use with my Fujifilm GA645. I also decided, because it was going to be blue skies, partly cloudy, with some sun, I wanted to bring the red filter. And then hoping that I would get some folks, portraits of people, I brought the yellow filter and see what I can do there, mixing it up. So right away, as I got to the park, one of the things I immediately realized was, yeah, it was bright. And at the same time, it was very, very, very windy. That 50 degrees or so felt like 30 degrees. It felt like freezing. But that said, I figured, oh, we'll see what we can get. As I started to shoot with the Fujifilm Klasse, I realized two things. First thing, I do need to let the camera fully extend its lens. It's a 38 mil lens, excuse me, 2.6 f-stop. And it being a 38 millimeter lens means it's not a telephoto, it's a standard, if you will, almost top of the spectrum for a wide lens. And any subjects that were too far out toward that infinity, I wasn't going to get good detail on the film. So that I had to know, and I had to let that lens extend fully, like I said. So those are the two things. And what I noticed on the film, or in the results as you see them come across the screen, is that I definitely misfocused on some instances because I didn't let that lens fully come out while it was focusing before I continued to press the shutter button, moving a little too fast. And that I did take a few too many shots, I think, where my subject was a little too far out toward infinity. Otherwise, I still like the results I got. I still like how the film handled the highlights and the clouds and the sun coming through. I like how it handled the midtones and the blacks. I particularly liked how I got a nice angle of view with 38 millimeter lens as well. So the camera itself is definitely working out. I just need more time with it to shoot the type of street photography I like to shoot and continue to get better, sharper photos in some cases, right? Not everything necessary has to be in focus sometimes. I did have the cameras both set to either 4.8 or set to f8 based on the sunlight. So I switched between the two as needed. And I did, again, switch between filter, yellow filter, red filter, and no filter on the medium format camera. So as I continue to go through the park, and it's pretty much a loop, taking pictures of things, the first thing I noticed right away from the results that you're seeing is that the medium format I did a great job with the medium format with this film, to the point that I can see myself using this film for the medium format more than I see myself using it for the 35 millimeter. I definitely need to take another roll of 35 out in my Voigtlander so that I can have more control of the exposure triangle and get better results. I definitely want to take out this film if those results aren't as good as the medium format going forward, only in the medium format to use and get the results that I'm getting. It just blew me away with how some of these photos turned out, how the red filter and the yellow filter, and mostly red filter, enhanced the photos and dealt with those blues in the sky and gave me some pretty interesting tones in the picture, in the mid-tones specifically. As one of my photos I have in here where I have the long tall grass along with a little brick S curve and then darker tones in the background. It was just, I just love that photo and what it did there. So all in all, I say this is definitely a stock I can see myself continuing to shoot for more in the medium format at this point. I do want to shoot another 35 mil roll again in my Voigtlander to have more control. So there are a lot of other black and white stocks out there, of course, I want to try. So I'm looking forward to doing that and showing you guys the results. Definitely looking forward to seeing what comments you guys have on how I use this film. What do you think I did something wrong? Do you think I should try something when I go out again with the 35 mil? Should I try to shoot with a yellow filter or a red filter all the time with black and white film? You guys let me know. Definitely subscribe if you guys are liking the content. I like that we're getting some subscribers coming in, and I definitely like that we're getting comments on the videos as well. I like the interaction I'm having with you guys as I go through this wonderful YouTube channel content. So with that, you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll get you guys on the next one.